everyone, I'm Elizabeth from Flowers Talk Tivoli, and I want to welcome you to my home. This is our family room where we spend a lot of our time. My husband just installed this really great old wooden beam that was given to us, and he wanted to create this mantle for me. So I thought this would be a great time to show you how to jazz up one of these artificial garlands with fresh greenery for the holiday season. So you just start off with your artificial, or faux as we like to call them, garland. Make sure to bend out all the pieces, fluff it up. We're really just going to be using this as a base for our greens. And then I've already gone ahead and cut lots of pieces of magnolia and the Ontario pine, this beautiful BC cedar, and the juniper that has this really, really great blueberry to it. And we're just going to take the greenery, the fresh greenery, and we're going to just make little bundles of your different greens and just lay them in your hands like this. Again, make sure to wear gloves to protect your hands. The faux garlands have a lot of wires in them too, and it can be really hard on your fingers. So you're just going to lay your little bundles and then take your artificial garland, the little wires, and just cross them. Just twist them like you would a twist tie. And then fluffing up your greens as you go. And then once you have a little bit of a base, so again, twisting, so I've got the magnolia here that has that beautiful suede brown to one side, that dark green on the other. That's so nice. The cedar is popping through, the Ontario pine, the juniper berries. And I'm just going to keep alternating that with those little bundles, laying it down, making sure that your wiring and your stems from the bundle you've made before is covered up by your next one. Make sure to twist those really well. The nice thing with using the artificial greenery is you're not going to see any wires, you're not going to see any rope that is used, and actually it's probably one of the quickest ways to bring fresh greenery into your home. It's going to keep everything nice and tight together. So I've got the cedar. And just bring such really beautiful greens from the outside, but also that really lovely fragrance that everybody, when they come into the shop, as soon as they walk in, the first thing they do is take a deep breath and they say, "Oh, it smells so good in here." And that is a lot to do at Christmas time and in the winter with these bundles of fresh greenery. You got that nice spicy fragrance from the juniper. As you're going, you could be adding in artificial berries to it. You could be adding in real berries. You could be adding in different types of green. I usually like to stick with about 2 to 3, max 4 types of green. You just don't want it to look too busy and too cluttered. So again, just make sure to keep twisting that. And that's going to hold everything nice and tight together for you with that artificial green. So I'm going to keep working on that, and then I'm going to put it up on the mantle for you so you can see what it looks like, and then I'm going to add in some other greens to kind of hang over a little bit. Okay, so I've gone ahead and placed my garland across the mantle. I love the way the cedar and the pine come down a little bit, but I think I want to add a little bit more to it. Everything that's in here is wired to that artificial greenery, but you can take some of your extra pieces of cedar and just slide them in. So just kind of wiggling them into the garland that you've already got on there. I just love how that looks like it's just spilling over this beautiful wood beam. And then I've got this spot at the end that's a little bit bare from where I tucked my garland in. So I'm just going to take some of the leftover magnolia and a little bit of the pine, and I'm just going to build up this corner a little bit. And again, these are just the extra little pieces I'm adding in are just resting in there, but I have that solid base that the artificial greenery is, so I just had to slide these guys in. And depending on the width of your mantle as well, this is a pretty deep mantle, so I'm able to tuck the back corner of the artificial greenery, tuck the back corner of that artificial greenery, that garland, so that it's going to hold my corners in place. Some people have a lot narrower of a mantle, and you just go a lot lighter with your greenery, so definitely not as thick as I did, but I felt that this mantle really needed lots and lots of green. So this is something that you would want to do probably the week before Christmas. Our homes are just so dry that the fresh garland just dries out so quickly, especially above an oil or a gas or a natural fireplace as well. It's going to dry that greenery out more. Something that you want to do the last week right up before Christmas, depending when you're hosting. But it's just going to bring that really beautiful fragrance into your home. Misting this will help keep the moisture in it as well. So just once a day, giving it a really good spray just to give it again a little bit more moisture to it. And all these greeneries, the cedar, the juniper, the pine, the magnolia, it's all things that we carry in our store. We get fresh shipments of them constantly, so we'll have those right up until the new year. And I hope this has really inspired you to take one of those maybe outdated, older artificial greenery garlands, and instead of tossing it, maybe giving it some new life, and you can just take the greenery out after the holiday season and pack it back up, and maybe you'll want to do it again next year. So I hope this has given you a little bit of inspiration, and thank you for coming into my house, and I hope to see you in the shop soon. Thanks, everybody.